Hi, my name is Bill Huffman. I am a flight paramedic for MedFlight. I am based out of Galion, Ohio. I have been in healthcare for approximately 41 and a half years. I have worked just about every aspect a medic can work in, as far as whether it's pre-hospital. I've worked ICU, MICU, CICU, CCU. I also have ran 911, obviously, worked in the emergency rooms, which I truly love. Before I became a medic, I was a physical therapy tech, which actually was one of the motivating factors for me to get into the EMS world. And that being said, it allowed me to see the after effects of what happened to someone who was injured. And coming out of my first year of college, I knew I was going to be in the healthcare profession, but I didn't know where. And I was kind of those early days of figuring where my placement would be in medicine. My want was always to know what happened prior to them coming to us. And I guess that's what everybody at some point would want to know. Well, what happened? So that's what got me into technically the EMS world. I did it as something to do part-time, because since I was probably 15 or 14, I've always worked two jobs. So I ended up getting into my EMT, then eventually my medic. Then I saw the other side of the world that I was working in as a physical therapy tech. But my intent was never to stay as far as a medic. After, I don't know, about a year or so, I thought, you know, this is where my calling's at. I was first motivated, probably my earliest recollection is probably about 8 or 9 years old. My dad was a career a corpsman for over 30 years in the Navy. So he served from World War II through Vietnam. And at a young age, I saw my dad render care to a neighbor who actually had gone into respiratory arrest. As the first time at that age, I actually saw my dad do mouth-to-mouth and render that care. And I knew right away, my intent was to do something to help people. And like I said, I always knew, I just didn't know how it would progress. But my dad was my first motivator. I have been at MedFlight almost 20 years. It'll be 20 years in February. I like working for MedFlight because they have been a company with strong ethics for safety, education, almost like a family, if you will. It's a great company to work for. I mean, I've had no regrets staying here. The team at this base is awesome. I have probably worked with 3/4 of the personnel, I'd say at least 30 years. So we have been together, it's just like, you know, my brothers and sisters. I know what they're thinking and they know what I'm thinking, and which transfers into patient care. We always check each other's back. And by that I mean that if they initiate some type of care, I'm already anticipating what the next step is going to be, or vice versa. We're always on the same level. We always follow through by supporting each other, and that's basically the biggie. The configuration that MedFlight has, that being a nurse-medic situation, probably is the most supported configuration throughout the nation. And it brings a good balance to air transport, because you get the experience of a medic who has high volume 911 experience. So my job is to be able to work on a scene environment and bring low stress to our team, because that's where I excel at, or most medics excel at here at MedFlight. The nurses bring a different aspect. Having this configuration for a long time that I have worked with, it brings the ability to have that comfort when it's inter-hospital transports. Whether it's an ICU, a cath lab, we complement each other. And I think there's a mutual respect. I respect our nurses for what they do and their experience, and they respect us for our experience outside of like the 911 experience, or like myself, who has already come with critical care experience. It's a perfect blend. To stay true to yourself. And by that I mean, if you're truly going to come into the EMS world, one of the rules I learned early on was to treat any of my patients with the same courtesy I would a family member. If you're always true to yourself and you show the compassion, care, which the reason I got into it was to help people, that's what I would tell them. Stay focused and do the right thing. I am truly blessed. I truly am. And like I said, it's a great place to work.